breaking right now on Morning News Now. Tragedy in Washington. A gunman opens fire outside the Capitol Jewish Museum in D.C., killing 2 staff members of the Israel embassy in what appears to be a targeted attack. Now leaders, including President Trump, blaming anti-Semitism for their deaths. We'll have the latest. And also breaking this morning, a pathway to passage for President Trump's so-called Big Beautiful Bill after the House passes an amended version of that sweeping budget package. And at the White House, a tense exchange between President Trump and his South African counterpart over unfounded claims of a white genocide in South Africa.
These are people that are officials, and they're saying that kill the white farmer and take their land.
There is criminality in our country. People who do get killed, unfortunately, through criminal activity, are not only white people.
And the Trump administration formally accepting the controversial gift, a luxury jet from the Qatari government. We'll have team coverage on that. And also this morning, parts of the U.S. reduced to rubble after a series of intense springtime storms slams several states. Plus a powerful nor'easter taking aim at New England. We're tracking it all ahead of the Memorial Day weekend. And it's a silent struggle. Right now, millions of women suffering from a chronic and debilitating condition that often goes undiagnosed. What you should know about endometriosis and the efforts to provide better care. A lot to get to this morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Stephen Romo in for Joe and Savannah today. And we begin this morning with that breaking news out of our nation's capital. 2 staff members of Israel's embassy were shot and killed outside the Capitol Jewish Museum late last night. That's just north of Capitol Hill. A suspected gunman has been identified and is now in police custody. A witness describing the terrifying moments as this unfolded.
And he ran inside and yelled something. I couldn't make it out what he said. He just ran up. It was terrible.
NBC News correspondent Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
This morning, a tragedy for the Jewish community and the country, striking in the heart of the nation's capital, where 2 Israeli embassy staff members were shot and killed overnight while leaving an event at the Capitol Jewish Museum.
The suspect chanted, "Free, free Palestine," while in custody.
The suspect, 30-year-old Elias Rodriguez, remains in custody as investigators look deeper into the motive.
Prior to the shooting, the suspect was observed pacing back and forth outside of the museum. He approached a group of 4 people, produced a handgun, and opened fire.
Police say he then went into the museum, was arrested, and pointed out where he left the gun. Israel's ambassador to the U.S. spoke about the victims, a young couple, Sarah Milgram and Yaron Lashinsky.
The young man purchased a ring this week with the intention of proposing to his girlfriend next week in Jerusalem. They were a beautiful couple.
President Trump posting these horrible D.C. killings based obviously on anti-Semitism must end now. Hatred and radicalism have no place in the USA. The U.S. Attorney General promising justice.
We'll be doing everything in our power to keep all citizens safe, especially tonight our Jewish community.
As the ambassador rallied against hate and fear.
We're going to overcome moral depravity of people who think that they're going to achieve political gains through murder.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu condemned the killings and said he'd ordered Israeli missions around the world to increase security. Condolences are pouring in from Capitol Hill, across the country, and around the world as the director of the FBI said its Joint Terrorism Task Force has joined in the investigation. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
More to come on that, Alice. Thank you. Meanwhile, this morning, communities across the Midwest and South are cleaning up from a powerful storm system that spawned more than a dozen tornadoes. The state of Kentucky has been devastated by several rounds of severe weather now, and the area is bracing for the possibility of more strong storms moving through the area over the Memorial Day weekend. Powerful wind, downed trees, damaged homes, and snapped power lines, even knocking out electricity for thousands of customers in Alabama and Tennessee. NBC News correspondent Priya Shrithar has the latest from northeastern Alabama.
This home belonged to an 85-year-old woman. Unfortunately, she was able to get to safety before the tornado struck and completely destroyed it.
Huge tornado right now.
Fierce tornadoes ripping across the Tennessee Valley, sending debris flying.
It's throwing trees in the air.
And knocking out power for thousands in Alabama and Tennessee.
Oh my gosh, that's a freaking tornado.
13 tornado reports in 4 states. In Kentucky, cleanup efforts underway. A massive EF4 tornado killed 19 people.
There it goes.
In Alabama, a tornado tearing the roof off of Gary Kennedy's home.
Normally, I'm somebody that volunteers. Somebody helping me is kind of I'm not used to that. So it's touching to have that much help.
In Madison County,
everything you've ever worked for your whole life is scattered all over the community now, you know, in the matter of just minutes.
The Gibson family lost everything.
All of this can be replaced. I've got my wife, my kids, everybody's good, so that's, at the end of the day, that's the most important thing.
And in St. Louis, the head of the city's emergency management agency placed on leave with new procedures in place after a failure to set off sirens over the weekend to alert residents.
Let me be clear, SEMA exists to alert the community when severe weather is coming. This office failed to do that in the most horrific and deadly storm that our city has experienced in my lifetime.
And back out here in Gurley, Alabama, there are crews actively combing through all of the debris in this area. National Weather Service survey teams are trying to assess the extent of the damage, but they did say it could take days. Back to you.
Rough situation. Priya, thank you. Now let's get to NBC meteorologist Angie Lastman tracking heavy rain moving into the northeast and storms in Texas. Busy time, Angie.
Busy indeed, and ahead of, of course, a holiday weekend. Good morning, Stephen. We've got plenty of rain across parts of the northeast, and even stretching back to the Great Lakes is unsettled. And this is kind of the general area that we're going to see be impacted by this developing nor'easter here as the next couple of days go on. Here's what we're watching. There's that area of low pressure just offshore, ushering in all that moisture. This means the rain, wind, snow all on the table. Snow likely above the tree line, so higher elevation still. We'll see some difficulty when it comes to the wind and the rain as well. Those airports and roadways going to be a little difficult when it comes to travel. This is something you'll have to watch for through today and potentially into tomorrow as well. Notice the system slides up farther to the north, but still that rain draped across New England, and we're going to see the wind last as well into the end of our work week. When it comes to the rainfall amounts, it looks like the highest end is going to be 3 inches or so. So we're not looking at widespread flash flooding, but we could still see some minor flooding, especially closer to the coast. And along with that rainfall flooding, we could potentially be looking at some coastal flooding. We've got those really strong winds, again, close to the coast that you go, where that area of low pressure is. We could see 40+ mile-per-hour winds in places like Nantucket, Newport, into the high 30s, along with Boston. So the minor coastal flooding, something that we'll keep an eye out for. Big picture look for our weekend. There's your Friday. If you're looking for the sunshine, it really is essentially out west. The Central Plains will see some of these stronger storms develop for the last day of our work week, and then that kind of shifts its way to the east by the time Saturday rolls around. Feeling chilly across parts of the Northeast and Great Lakes for Saturday. Where the heck is spring? And honestly, the unofficial start to summer, not feeling like it, at least for the east here. As we get into Sunday, you can see temperatures in the 60s in the Northeast. The flooding will be likely, though, with that same storm system across the middle of the country. Still warm, still dry, still sunny for our friends out west, and a great Memorial Day for them. They'll see temperatures in the 70s. Unfortunately, a big difference as you look to the southeast, Stephen, where we will need umbrellas and potentially indoor plans for Memorial Day.
I have an umbrella. I bought one.
And do you have indoor plans?
I do have indoor plans. I love some indoor plans. Well, if you're going to be in New York, it'll be okay. Not quite as toasty as we wanted on Memorial Day, but still dry. Okay, I won't complain this time.
Okay, perfect.
Angie, thanks so much. All right, now to more breaking news, this time on President Trump's so-called big, beautiful spending bill. House Republicans have successfully passed that sweeping domestic policy measure ahead of their Memorial Day weekend deadline. Lawmakers voted 215 to 214 to pass that bill, which includes $3.8 billion in tax cuts and some big changes to Medicaid. They pulled another all-nighter, launching into debate on the bill in the early morning hours today. The 1,000-page bill cleared the House Rules Committee yesterday after a marathon 21-hour session and some major revisions. Next, it heads to the Senate, where Republicans there have already raised concerns about the impact the massive tax cut and spending package could have on the U.S. debt. NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Julie Sirkin joins us now with the latest on this. Julie, wow, talk about a marathon session. Let's first play some of what we heard from party leaders earlier this morning.
This is one big, ugly bill. The GOP tax scam represents an assault on the economy, an assault on health care, an assault on nutritional assistance, an assault on tax fairness, and an assault on fiscal responsibility.
To put it simply, this bill gets Americans back to winning again, and it's been a long time coming. This one big, beautiful bill is the most consequential legislation that any party has ever passed, certainly under a majority this thin.
So, Julie, the Democrats did what they could to try to delay this vote, but in the end, Speaker Johnson succeeded here. How big of a win is this?
This is a huge win. He has a really tiny majority, which he said over and over again throughout this process. And he was able in the final hours to get the hardliners on the right and the conservative side of the party and the moderates on board for this bill. Just 2 Republican noes. 2 Republicans were absent for this vote as well. Those 2 noes coming from Thomas Massie of Kentucky, who long said he will be against this bill. President Trump even called him out when he visited the Hill a couple of days ago. And Warren Davidson, another congressman who has been skeptical about this piece of legislation. But all in all, Johnson able to keep his party together, get this across the floor. And I'm keeping an eye on my phone here because House Speaker Mike Johnson is actually giving a press conference right around the corner where he is pushing on the Senate to take this up in a timely manner.
All right. And Julie, so you talked about the hardliners here. What were the changes made to the bill in the last 24 hours to get those holdouts across the line?
Well, there's a couple of changes made, Stephen. Remember when we talked yesterday, the House Rules Committee was on hour 6 of their marathon session that ended up going 21 hours, and that is because they had to wait until that late for everyone to sign off on the changes that they agreed to when it comes to phasing out clean energy tax credits at a faster pace. This is something that is going to be a problem for moderates, especially in the Senate. Also on Medicaid, kicking in those work requirements faster from 2029 to 2027. This is something that hardliners pushed for. Johnson putting that into legislation after a last-ditch meeting between the president, hardliners, and the speaker and his leadership team at the White House a couple of hours before the Rules Committee ultimately approved this legislation.
So some long hours here, Julie, and a long fight, but this is not over yet. Talk to us about the outlook for this in the Senate.
Absolutely not. And that is why Johnson began his remarks a couple of minutes ago in that press conference touting this bill, pushing on the Senate to pass this. But they're not just going to pass this bill as is, to be clear. They're going to make changes to it because over there you have senators who are in charge of constituents or represent constituents across the full state. This isn't just pockets of a state. So they have a lot more on the line, especially those who are up in 2026 when it comes to the reforms that were made to Medicaid. The Congressional Budget Office, which is nonpartisan, says that millions of Americans could lose their health insurance and health coverage. And that's definitely something they're going to pay attention to there.
All right. A lot of eyes on this one. And it continues. Julie Sirkin, thanks so much. Meanwhile, over at the White House yesterday, President Trump hosted another tense and confrontational meeting with a world leader, which felt pretty similar to that explosive Oval Office encounter with Ukraine's President Zelensky back in February. This time, it was South African President Cyril Ramaphosa. In front of the cameras, Mr. Trump surprised the South African leader with baseless and discredited claims of white genocide in South Africa. The president also played out a video and held up images he said supported that argument. It prompted the South African leader to push back against those claims. Here's some of that exchange.
These are articles over the last few days. Death of people. And these are people that are officials, and they're saying that kill the white farmer and take their land.
That is not government policy. We have a multi-party democracy in South Africa that allows people to express themselves. There is criminality in our country. People who do get killed, unfortunately through criminal activity, are not only white people. Majority of them are black people.
NBC News senior White House correspondent Kelly O'Donnell joining us now with more on this. Kelly, normally these world leaders meeting in the Oval Office in years past, it's smiling for cameras, and now we're seeing this. This one even started off normally enough. Walk us through how this escalated.
Well, good morning, Stephen. What's so striking about this is it did start in a cordial, respectful manner where the president of South Africa was thanking President Trump and talking about the issues in which he wanted to discuss with him. Now, clearly, the South African delegation knew that there was tension over this issue, but it's hard to imagine they could have expected the audio-visual display and the confrontation from President Trump. It was tense, and President Ramaphosa was trying to defend his country, saying that there are political voices that are in a small minority that are saying things, but that is not the position of the South African government. The president was not buying that, wasn't accepting it. Unclear to us where he got this information. Certainly there have been deaths in South Africa, but as the South African president was saying, there's criminality and there are deaths that have happened for both white South Africans and black South Africans. So this was a tense confrontation that will have a probably far-reaching impact because South Africa is also the host of the G20 International Summit this year, and the president's not committing to attend.
Likely have not heard the last of that one. Some other big news regarding the Trump administration. They formally accepted that $400 million Boeing 747 plane from Qatar, despite the widespread criticism. Why did they end up accepting this in the end, and what's the reaction been like?
Well, certainly there are lots of questions about the ethical issues here. The Constitution forbids foreign governments to give gifts to a president. In this case, the Department of Defense is accepting the Qatari plane worth about $400 million. It's made by Boeing, but has been owned by Qatar. And it will need lots of renovation, if you will, to make it acceptable from a security standpoint and the special needs of Air Force One. President Trump has been insistent that he needs a new aircraft and has been unwilling to wait for Boeing to deliver one that is on order. And he is disregarding the claims that there is any attempt for Qatar to buy influence. He says this is a gift. He wants to accept it, and his administration is doing that.
All right. Kelly, thanks so much for those updates. Meanwhile, the Justice Department has announced it's shutting down several investigations into local police departments that were accused of violating civil rights. The ending of these investigations comes after major changes at the department's Civil Rights Division since President Trump took office. The DOJ saying it's dismissing lawsuits which were filed during the Biden administration against the Louisville, Kentucky and Minneapolis, Minnesota police departments. Both of those departments had been found to have used patterns of excessive force, discriminating against black people and violating free speech protections. NBC News legal affairs reporter Gary Grumbach joins us now with more on this. So, Gary, tell us why the Justice Department is doing this in the first place and what are the implications here?
So this is all part of a major overhaul of the Civil Rights Division, Stephen. We've seen dozens of attorneys leaving. We've seen the public integrity section of the department completely wiped out. Now we're seeing these pattern and practices investigations shut down. These are investigations into local police departments that often happen after high-profile incidents. We saw it after George Floyd. We saw it after Breonna Taylor. And they're looking into questions like, was there a history of racism or sexism in the department or within the officers themselves? What kind of people are they pulling over? How often are they doing that? At what rate? And what are some of the arrest and traffic data? What does it really show when you look at the numbers? Civil rights attorneys at the DOJ would really embed themselves into the communities here. They'd talk to the police officers, they'd talk to community leaders, and they'd also talk to members of community on the street. Stephen?
Gary, what about these consent decree agreements? Under the Biden administration, they were reached with Minneapolis and Louisville to change their departments and how they operate. The settlements hadn't been approved yet by a judge, but what happens with those decisions?
Yes, so these are settlements that came after the killings of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor to try to make these communities safer places for not only the officers, but the members of the community themselves. And now the DOJ wants to toss these lawsuits. They're asking the federal judges that are involved in these cases to throw out these lawsuits. Steve?
And I know we're getting some reaction from the mayors of Minneapolis and Louisville. What do they have to say about this?
Well, naturally, these leaders want the communities that they are in charge of to be safer places. Here's what some of them had to say.
It is predictable that they would move for a dismissal the very same week that George Floyd was murdered 5 years ago. What this shows is that all Donald Trump really cares about is political theater.
While this is not the outcome we hoped for, when we stood right here in December and announced the decree, it is an outcome that we have planned for. We as a city are committed to reform. I am committed to reform and improvements.
So in Louisville, that decree sets out specific policies, trainings, and programs. Those are things that are still going to continue, whether or not the DOJ is involved. Stephen?
All right, Gary Grumbach, thanks so much. Well, testimony is set to resume today in the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking trial here in New York. During court yesterday, new photos were released showing guns, baby oil, and drugs that federal agents say they discovered during a raid of Combs' Miami home last year. NBC News entertainment correspondent Chloe Malas has the latest from court.
A new look inside the raided Miami mansion of Sean Diddy Combs. Heavily armed teams searched two of Combs' properties last year ahead of his arrest. Special Agent Gerard Gannon led the search team in Miami, testifying they found guns, including 2 dismantled AR-15s. This bin contains 25 bottles of baby oil and a Gucci bag, which he said included evidence of cocaine, ketamine, and MDMA. The new images and testimony are the latest effort by the prosecution to convince the jury that Combs is guilty of racketeering, alleging that he used his business empire to help commit and conceal criminal activities.
Prosecutors have alleged in the indictment that Combs and others had this criminal enterprise. And one of the means and methods of carrying out the crimes of this criminal enterprise was using firearms, drugs, all of these things that we now see the government introducing as evidence.
The jury also hearing from forensic psychologist Dawn Hughes, who has worked on high-profile cases, including actor Amber Heard's defense in the 2022 defamation suit filed by Johnny Depp. She testified about why many victims of abuse stay in relationships. Her testimony coming just days after Combs' ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura said that he subjected her to years of violent abuse. The defense team has acknowledged Combs' temper and moments of violence, but his lawyers say his actions are not federal crimes and that sex was consensual. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all the charges.
And NBC News legal analyst Danny Savalos, who we just saw there in Chloe's piece, joins us now for more on this trial. Danny, thanks for being here. So let's start with the federal agent who testified about the weapons, the baby oil, and the drugs that were all found at that raid, according to those federal agents. Walk us through what we heard in court and the picture that prosecutors are trying to paint here.
Let's separate out the evidence. Let's take the baby oil and just put it aside for now. It's the kind of evidence that really doesn't have anything to do with the government's actual elements they have to prove, but the government's very good at this kind of visual evidence that really sticks in jurors' minds. The evidence that really matters is firearms, drugs. But why? He's not charged with firearms or drugs specifically, but instead what the government has alleged that Combs' criminal enterprise, he and others carried out its illegal objectives using things like firearms and drugs. So, because they allege it in the indictment, they can bring it in, and it's really great strategy because it's all stuff that makes Combs look really bad, along with the baby oil, of course.
Yeah, the baby oil in so many headlines, but yeah, that makes sense. Drugs and guns could be more alarming to those jurors. We also heard yesterday from George Kaplan, who's a former assistant to Sean Combs. He was granted immunity to testify here, and he told jurors Combs threatened his job constantly. Kaplan said he bought supplies, brought them to hotel rooms, including candles, baby oil again, along with lubricant. He said it was his role to protect Combs' image. What were the key takeaways from this testimony, and why was it so important for him to get immunity for testifying here?
Yeah, another thing the government is very, very good at is going to a defendant's employees. So beware your secretary, your office assistant, your paralegal, all the people that have worked underneath you. The government knows to go to them because these are the first people who will say, hey, man, I was just following orders. Of course I'll testify against that guy if I can get immunity or a break or you'll non-prosecution or lesser charges. So no surprise, you see a number of former assistants, former people who worked with Combs, chefs, people who are in his employ. These are the easiest people for the government to get to turn. And they come off as very credible because they're there every day with him. They describe the atmosphere. They describe a workplace where Combs made them work 24 hours a day, absolutely beat them, not figuratively, I should say, beat them with all the hours and the work and the verbal abuse and everything. So again, this is all very effective to make Combs look like a terrible person.
And things are going to continue today. At some point, we expect rapper Kid Cudi to testify here. What is significant about this testimony for prosecutors?
For me, I mean, this has celebrity factor. It's flashy. But when you look at the elements of the case, what does the government have to prove? Well, arson is pretty key. Because, for example, for racketeering purposes, if one of the underlying crimes for the criminal enterprise was arson, and that is really a car bomb, that might be one of the predicate crimes that the government can need to prove. But overall, it shows that Combs ran this sort of allegedly criminal enterprise that carried out all of these other predicate crimes. So, again, very good evidence for the government, even though, take the celebrity part, put it aside, it wouldn't matter if it was a celebrity or not. If he's using this enterprise and committing crimes within this enterprise, this is all about the racketeering charges. Kid Cudi doesn't really have a lot to do with the sex trafficking or the Mann Act travel and prostitution crimes, mostly racketeering.
Sticking out in the juror's mind, though, you add that celebrity factor with a car bomb. Seems like a lot of stuff will stand out to them. Be interesting to watch. Danny Savalos, thanks so much. Well, much more to come here on Morning News Now. Later this hour, a potential setback fueled by proposed budget cuts. Why critics say the plan could lead to more deaths by drug overdose. But up first, after the break, controversy at customs over the questioning of American citizens who are traveling back from overseas. We'll be right back. We're back now with new concerns from Americans returning from abroad. They say they're experiencing new kinds of scrutiny and questioning by immigration officers at airports when re-entering the U.S. As NBC News correspondent Maya Eaglin tells us, some say they're being asked about their political views.
I got detained as a United States citizen born and raised.
Millions of people have seen viral videos of American citizens sharing their experiences of being held up at Customs and Border Patrol re-entering the U.S. Some of them say they were asked to show their social media pages and even banking information.
I was so scared in those moments. I was like, why is this happening?
Sav says she was held for 2 hours of questioning by CPB as she was coming back from a trip to Spain. She says she was born in the U.S. and is a member of Global Entry.
When I opened my phone, that's when I had been asked to go through my socials. And then they wanted to see how much money I was making a day on TikTok.
It's Customs and Border Patrol can stop anybody. They have the right to search your luggage. They have the right to check your cell phones.
Brad Bernstein is a New York-based immigration lawyer and has been answering questions about similar incidents for folks online.
What rights do Americans not have when they're re-entering the U.S.?
The Supreme Court has ruled that the Constitution doesn't apply until you have entered the United States of America. You're not considered to have entered the United States under immigration law until you pass through Immigration and Customs. A U.S. citizen has to be allowed back into the United States. The government cannot take your U.S. passport away. They cannot take your citizenship away.
Sav says she believes she might have been flagged by the Department of Homeland Security in April because of her online activity.
I've been traveling out of the country and I've never had this problem. But the one thing that did change between February and now was that I created Trump for the Dumb, the clothing brand that I had.
The DHS posted on X that Sav's experience was not politically motivated and sent us a statement saying, in part, lawful travelers have nothing to fear from these measures, which are designed to protect our nation's security. And allegations that political beliefs trigger inspections or removals are baseless and irresponsible. But it's not just regular travelers. Some high-profile names have also shared their experiences.
I was invited to the back room to be questioned on my opinions on a multitude of different things, from Donald Trump to Israel-Palestine.
Hassan Piker is one of the biggest left-leaning commentators online and believes he was intentionally held up for several hours at Customs and Border Patrol in Chicago last week.
I don't know. The Department of Homeland Security denies that there was any sort of political targeting that took place here. But given the line of questioning and how directional it was, it did not feel that way at all.
I don't think it's random at all. Nobody knows for a fact. Customs and Border Patrol is not going to say, this is why I flagged you.
The DHS told NBC News that according to their data, although overall searches have increased, advanced searches at immigration sites have gone down slightly.
But if you are the small percentage that it does happen, think about in advance what you want to do. Don't be logged into any cloud services. Another thing you can do is you can carry a burner phone. The more you say no, the more questions you're going to have, and the longer your stay at the airport's going to be.
Now, all of these rights depend on your citizenship status. If you're a visa holder or if you're here on a green card, for example, you likely even have less protections. The best thing you can do is stay calm and answer truthfully. Back to you.
All right, Maya, thank you. International headlines now, starting with the latest on the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. NBC News reporter Matt Bonner joins us from London with the latest. Matt, good morning.
Stephen, good morning. The United Nations says that none of the aid moved into Gaza yesterday has been distributed to anyone who needs it. The cargo is sitting in loading docks since the UN says that the road that they've been authorized to use is not secure. Israel, meanwhile, says that it's days away from implementing a new aid distribution system in Gaza, controlled by Israel. The plan involves the creation of a, quote, sterile zone free of Hamas, to which non-combatants will be told to relocate, and there they can receive humanitarian aid. This plan has come under heavy international criticism, with some saying it signifies the weaponization of aid. Moving along now to China, an ancient tower 200 miles outside of Beijing saw a substantial part of its roof tiling suddenly come free and slide off the building, falling almost 2 stories onto an area frequented by tourists. Luckily, no one was hurt during the incident. Dramatic video shows how the cascade of tiles went on for about a minute or two, creating a loud chorus of clanging as the hundreds of tiles individually hit the ground. Local authorities are investigating the situation. The tower's roof has recently been renovated. And we'll wrap up this hour in Spain, where England's Tottenham Hotspur Soccer Club has won the Europa League Cup last night. This is the first time that Tottenham has won a trophy in any tournament in 17 years. And the South Korean captain, Son Heung-min, is now being celebrated as a national treasure in his homeland. The 32-year-old star says the win makes him feel like a, quote, legend, and it's the first time in his career that he's won a trophy. One South Korean commentator said of his triumph that it was a nice distraction from politics at home. Back to you.
Love a nice distraction. All right, Matt, thank you. Well, coming up, a glimmer of hope for millions of women with a painful and underdiagnosed condition.
I got my surgery in February of last year. In February of this year, we were preparing for my baby shower, and I never thought that would be a reality for us.
The group of doctors working to provide better care for patients with endometriosis. This is Morning News Now. Welcome back. A recent drop in the number of opioid overdose deaths in the U.S. could potentially creep back up due to a potential budget cut by the Trump administration. The White House proposed cuts would largely scale back Narcan and harm reduction programs that have been credited with reducing the number of deaths. Some critics say if Americans lose access to help or treatment, it could reverse all the progress that's been made. NBC's Yasmin Vasugian explains.
Every week, Thomas Gooch and his team drive to Nashville's tent city, providing services today that could be gone tomorrow.
Okay, what did you need today, bud? Rigs. Do you have any rigs to turn in?
Gooch, as he is known in the streets, provides harm reduction services, including needle exchanges and HIV tests, through his organization HOPE, helping other people effectively, in partnership with Meharry Medical College.
These are the fentanyl strips, and these are the xylazine strips.
These strips, along with other harm reduction practices, like the availability of Narcan. Saving these 2 teens' lives and many more.
He's got a pulse.
The nation's seeing a 27% drop in overdose deaths last year, finally coming down from record highs, with Tennessee outpacing the rest of the country. Experts say the massive decline could be due to many factors, including the availability of drugs like Narcan. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says he's still in recovery from a heroin addiction decades ago and came here to Nashville just last month.
We need Suboxone, we need methadone, we need naltrexone, we need Narcan.
But that need may become harder to fill. His boss, President Trump, proposed 2026 budget cuts of more than $1 billion to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, or SAMHSA. Gooch's program supported in part by those funds.
We got 4 or 5 individuals that used to work closely with me. Probably after the end of next month, will not have a job no more.
The Trump administration says harm reduction programs like safe smoking kits and syringe exchanges are, quote, dangerous activities. And they've long been the target of criticism.
It's very concerning to me that we're giving out needles, for drugs.
I think to me it's poor use of taxpayer money.
Technically, taxpayer money can't be used directly for buying needles or syringes, but federal funds can be used to support the services. And the CDC itself calls needle exchange programs proven and effective, pointing to research showing those engaged are more likely to enter drug treatment programs and stop using. Gooch hasn't used drugs in 22 years, and beyond the stats, sees the human side.
You can't help a dead addict. Let me give you clean supplies until you make a decision to do something different.
And when they make that decision, SAMHSA also supports long-term recovery programs like Mending Hearts for now.
What do you think that would do for the community? If you didn't have the money to keep going, you would have at least 500 women a year on the streets, raising your overdose rate.
This nonprofit provides free care for vulnerable women in recovery and says it gets 60 to 70% of its funding from federal grants. Clinical director Yolanda Manus was once a client herself.
Now, when they're in this house, they have completed all clinical services. They have a job.
Right now, the program houses women up to 2 years from detox to self-sufficiency.
You cannot take 30 days to correct a 10-year drug addiction.
The current proposed cuts aren't directed at these long-term services, but there's increasing concern they'll be impacted through agency restructuring. We reached out to HHS and the White House for comment, but have yet to hear back. HHS saying in a recent press release the shakeup, quote, will increase operational efficiency. Mending Hearts founder Trina Frierson says if the cuts end up coming for them,
we've already been impacted in our city by some of these. And so we would definitely have to cut back on some services.
Gooch and his team are going to keep working until the money dries up.
With them showing up, it gives us hope to know that there are people who still care about us out here.
If an individual come to us and say they want to go to treatment today, so we talking about letting them get on this RV or get in one of our vehicles and drive them.
Hoping the trust they're building will put their clients on the path to recovery. Yasmin Vasugian, NBC News.
This morning, we're taking a closer look at how a team of doctors in Massachusetts are teaming up to try to fight endometriosis. More than 1 in 10 women suffer from the condition in the U.S. That's according to the Cleveland Clinic. It's a condition where tissue similar to the lining of the uterus grows outside of the uterus. It's chronic and painful and often goes undiagnosed. It can also lead to miscarriages and infertility. Reporter Priscilla Casper from our NBC Boston affiliate spoke to one woman who struggled with infertility for years before finally getting this diagnosis.
I feel like I ignored a lot of symptoms.
Heavy, painful periods, pins and needles running down her legs, and intense migraines. Just some of the symptoms Lauren Kaczynski experienced for years that she thought were normal.
I saw a TikTok about endometriosis. It was the first time I had ever heard of it. And I remember watching it and thinking like, oh, you know, it sounds kind of familiar, but that can't be me. There's no way that that's me.
After 4 years of infertility, she got a lot of tests and saw Dr. Peter Mavilla at Newton Wellesley Hospital. She had stage 4 endometriosis, the most severe stage.
So we think it negatively impacts things like implantation, leading to people having difficulty getting pregnant, and that also can lead to higher rates of miscarriage.
Dr. Mavella says he meets regularly to collaborate with surgeons and radiologists like Mass General Hospital's Dr. Anu Shenoy Bengal to discuss new research and techniques that help each other better diagnose endometriosis and improve surgery.
She went above and beyond to not only search the literature about what's been done before, but to help create new, more advanced protocols to help diagnose this disease to a really granular level so that you're not really surprised at surgery of what you're going to get into. We essentially have a la carte surgery, meaning that we do excisional surgery where we cut out the disease.
For Lauren, after a successful endometriosis surgery in February of last year, she got pregnant in August and had a healthy baby girl last month.
Don't stop asking questions until you have an answer. Never did I think, you know, I got my surgery in February of last year, and February of this year, we were preparing for my baby shower. And I never thought that that would be a reality for us. So sorry.
And our thanks to Priscilla Casper for that report. The doctors say it's their mission to learn the best way possible to treat endometriosis to help improve fertility. They repeat that you should go to the doctor if you're experiencing any severe pain or symptoms. And I'm joined now by Dr. Lucky Seacon for more on this. She's a double board certified REI specialist and OBGYN at MRA of New York's fertility clinic. Dr. Seacon, thanks for being with us this morning. So 11%, that seems like a high number of women to suffer from endometriosis. So why is this so difficult to diagnose?
Well, it takes an average of 7 to 10 years for most women to be diagnosed with endometriosis. And as a fertility expert, I know that up to 25 to 30% of my patients with infertility have an endometriosis diagnosis. And a lot of them just don't know it yet. Many times I'm the first one introducing this term to them. And I think it's because we all too often have traditionally dismissed the pain as normal period pain, and it's often misattributed to other problems that can have overlapping symptoms such as irritable bowel syndrome or recurrent UTIs. And traditional teaching was that you had to do a minimally invasive but invasive surgery called a laparoscopy in order to get a definitive diagnosis. But we now know we can take a more practical approach, and we can look and pay attention to the combination of symptoms as well as picking it up sometimes on imaging such as a sonogram or pelvic MRI.
Wow, 7 to 10 years to deal with this kind of pain. I understand it's reported to be more painful than menstrual cramps. What should women know about when they should go talk to their doctor and ask about this?
Well, everyone's experience with how they feel pain is different. And if you've been having this chronic severe pain your whole life, many times it's normalized. But if it's a severe enough pain that it's interfering with your ability to attend school or you're missing work, that's never normal and should be investigated. Pain with sex, painful bowel movements, painful urination, even chronic pelvic pain outside of when you're on your period. And often the number one way that this presents is when someone's coming in for an infertility workup. So if you're having trouble conceiving and you have painful periods, that can be a telltale sign.
I know women who have experienced pain and gone to their doctor and been told that it's normal, only to find a different doctor and then find out that it is endometriosis. Is that common? And when should women maybe switch doctors?
Unfortunately, it's extremely common. And my big message to women across the board is never settle. Don't settle for it's just your period, and don't allow people to normalize your experience. Track your pain and symptoms, because going to your doctor with objective data where you've tracked the timing, the severity, and how it's impacting your life can go a long way to getting a diagnosis. And ask your OBGYN, are they comfortable with diagnosing and treating endometriosis? Should you see a specialist? And is there a role for getting specialized imaging?
Good advice there. So before you go, what are some of the risks of endometriosis that's maybe left untreated?
Well, a lot of people might not be aware that it's progressive and it can worsen. It often does over time. And this can lead to problems like scar tissue formation in the pelvic cavity. And like I said, infertility. It can also affect your mental health. So early intervention and recognizing it early is very important so that you can combat these symptoms, preserve your quality of life, and maybe even preserve your fertility via egg freezing.
Really important information. Dr. Lucky Seacon, thanks so much for your time this morning. Well, coming up, crypto concerns. A private dinner with President Trump now raising questions about his ties to the cryptocurrency industry. Our NBC News exclusive next on Morning News Now. Back now with exclusive NBC News reporting that's leading to new questions on President Trump's ties to the cryptocurrency industry and foreign influence. Tonight, more than 200 top Democratic coin investors who won a contest will attend a dinner with President Trump. According to one recent analysis, those investors spent millions of dollars to win a seat. That's sparking concern around how easy it appears for wealthy foreigners to buy FaceTime with the president. NBC News senior White House correspondent Gabe Gutierrez has the details.
At the Trump National Golf Club in D.C., a high-powered dinner for a price. 220 winners of a contest to meet President Trump, the top holders of his crypto coin.
I don't know much about it other than I launched it. I heard it was very successful.
NBC News has learned each dinner guest paid between $55,000 and $37.7 million for the Trump coin, according to an analysis by the blockchain analytics company Nansen, based on the crypto wallets of the contest winners. The total, $394 million. While the website for the contest says that the president is appearing at the dinner as a guest and not soliciting any funds for it, another site says that 80% of the Trump coin project is owned by two companies affiliated or in business with Trump. How unusual is this?
This is unprecedented.
Daniel Weiner researches money and politics at the NYU School of Law.
To have the President of the United States participating in a dinner where the folks attending are paying money essentially into his own businesses is really something that we haven't seen before.
On Capitol Hill this week, Secretary of State Marco Rubio was asked about foreigners buying access to the president.
I can't comment on a dinner I know nothing about.
Yeah, I think that represents a real problem for this committee, because there is clearly a way around the State Department for foreign individuals of significant influence and wealth to be able to directly lobby the president.
When asked about the dinner, the White House says the president is abiding by all conflict of interest laws.
The president has been incredibly transparent with his own personal financial obligations throughout the years. The president is a successful businessman, and I think, frankly, it's one of the many reasons that people reelected him back to this office.
Legal experts say Thursday's dinner may be unusual, but not illegal. Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News, Washington.
Gabe, thanks. And more financial headlines now. Amazon shoppers could once again lace up with Nike, but that could come at a cost. CNBC's Silvana now joins us with that and other money news. Good morning, Silvana.
Hey, Stephen, good morning to you. Well, yeah, so Nike plans to raise prices of some products starting next week. Now, the company will increase prices on apparel and equipment for adults by $2 to $10, and items priced between $100 and $150 will see a $5 hike. Now, shoes that cost more than $150 will rise up by up to $10. And Nike says it's making adjustments as well, part of seasonal planning. The company sources a significant amount of its footwear from China and Vietnam, which are subject to U.S. tariffs. Speaking of Nike, it also plans to sell products through Amazon for the first time in more than 5 years as the company looks to boost sales. Additionally, Nike is teaming up with companies with retail locations and launching an AI-powered search feature on its website. Amazon says the move will expand its selection for consumers beyond the Nike inventory that's offered by independent sellers. And McDonald's is extending hours at most locations this summer as it also begins hiring up to 375,000 new workers. The fast food giant confirming to USA Today most locations will be open until midnight or later, excluding those in airports, malls, or other areas that prohibit extended hours. And to celebrate, McDonald's is offering 1,000 free virtual gift cards on May 24th, Stephen. I just hope they can get the ice cream machine working.
Oh, good point.
Can we get that, please?
Yeah, and once they have breakfast all day, then I'll be more interested in that story. All right,
For
Silvana,
sure.
thanks so much. Well, coming up, old phone who dis, a decades-old piece of technology, well, phone ringing, now getting new life thanks to one Vermont man. That's a familiar ring. More on the Passion Project that got his whole community dialed in. Don't hang up. Morning News Now. We'll be right back. Finally this hour, one man is giving new life to a storied piece of old technology. This electrical engineer buys rotary payphones at auctions and flea markets. He cleans them up and fixes them so he can reinstall those phones in public places. Reporter Jack Thurston from our Burlington, Vermont affiliate WPTZ explains how this unique calling is helping the community.
Off Interstate 89's Exit 4 in Randolph, the Info Barn from the White River Valley Chamber of Commerce has a new addition. So rarely seen nowadays, it certainly stands out.
The old school phone kind of goes with the old school barn vibes. I think it's perfect.
Patrick Schlott just installed a 1950s era rotary payphone here, except it takes no payment.
No coins needed.
No coins at all. It's free to use from what Patrick calls RandTel, his Randolph Public Telephone Operating Company.
You will not likely see even regular, touch tone payphones out in the wild, much less a rotary dial. So it does feel like something coming back from the dead.
In his home workshop, Patrick, who has a day job as an electrical engineer, cleans, fixes up, and tests payphones he buys at auctions or flea markets, rewiring them so they'll transmit calls over the internet. Patrick says the phones were built to last, even in harsh outdoor conditions.
So a lot of them have a good amount of staying power. They still operate. And I think if you can use that and provide a public service, then that's something really positive.
So far, he's installed his payless payphones at the North Tunbridge General Store, where it's really difficult to get a cell phone signal, and at the Latham Library in Thetford, where kids often need to call their parents for rides, but they don't have phones, especially after Thetford Academy went smartphone free for students.
People like it. It's definitely getting used.
For now, Patrick's covering the costs of Rantel out of his own pocket, though he may seek donations in the future, calling it part hobby, part volunteerism to benefit the Vermont communities he loves.
There's not a person that I've discussed this project with that thinks it's foolish.
Andrea Easton's with the White River Valley Chamber and expects the new old phone in the info barn will draw users curious about the retro tech, and she thinks its location near the highway could be really helpful, say if someone's cell phone runs out of battery power.
There's a lot of comfort in history, and this is going to be one of those things that bring people some joy and some comfort and a real need when they need a phone.
With his third install behind him, Patrick Schlott's now looking for potential hosts for future projects. With Rantel, what's old really is new again.
If even one person gets a positive use out of using this phone, all of my effort will have been worth it. I'm glad that I am afforded the opportunity to be able to do something like this for the community of Randolph.
That is pretty incredible. Our thanks to Jack Thurston for sharing Patrick's story. And that's going to do it for this hour of Morning News Now. But your news continues right now. Good morning. I'm Stephen Romo in for Joe and Savannah today. And right now on Morning News Now, deadly violence in the nation's capital overnight. 2 Israeli embassy staffers shot and killed outside D.C.'s Jewish Museum. What we're learning this morning about the suspected gunman and the reaction pouring in from leaders around the globe. On Capitol Hill this morning, a cornerstone of the Trump agenda passing a pivotal hurdle in the House. The administration's so-called big, beautiful budget bill given the green light just hours ago. But what's inside? We'll dig into what it might mean for your bottom line. Plus, some late May misery soaking millions across the Northeast this morning. Heavy rain, driving winds, and chilly temperatures putting quite the damper on early Memorial Day weekend travel. All as some wonder if the nation's busiest airports are up to the pre-summer challenge from Mother Nature. We've got team coverage, including what you should expect if you're hitting the highways or the skyways in the coming days. And could a simple supplement dial back the clock on aging? Later in the hour, the sweeping new study revealing a daily dose of vitamin D might just be the real-life fountain of youth. Interesting stuff there. But we do begin this morning with that breaking news out of Washington, D.C. 2 Israeli embassy staff members were shot and killed late last night. This happened outside the Capitol's Jewish Museum, which is just north of Capitol Hill. This morning, we're learning more about the victims as well as the suspect, who has been identified and taken into custody. Here's NBC News Chief Capitol Hill correspondent Ryan Nobles with more.
The victims were leaving an event at the Capitol Jewish Museum here behind me when they were both shot and killed. The suspect is already in custody, and this morning, the FBI is investigating this case as a possible hate crime. Overnight, a deadly shooting in Washington, D.C.
Tonight, a heinous crime was committed.
A gunman opening fire at the Capitol Jewish Museum, killing 2 staff members of the Israeli embassy. New video showing the suspect being detained, shouting pro-Palestinian messages.
Free Palestine!
Police say the shooting happened shortly after 9 p.m. at a museum event hosted by the American Jewish Committee.
The suspect was observed pacing back and forth outside of the museum. He approached a group of 4 people, produced a handgun, and opened fire.
The suspect, identified as 30-year-old Elias Rodriguez from Chicago, then entered the museum and was detained by event security, according to authorities. Israel identifying the victims as Yaren Leshinsky and Sarah Lynn Milgram, a young couple who are about to become engaged.
The young man purchased a ring this week with the intention of proposing to his girlfriend next week in Jerusalem. They were a beautiful couple who came to enjoy an evening in Washington's Cultural Center.
Reaction coming from around the world this morning. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu increasing security at Israeli missions and saying, quote, "My heart grieves for the families of the young beloveds." President Trump writing, these horrible D.C. killings, based obviously on anti-Semitism, must end now. Hatred and radicalism have no place in the USA, while a community mourns.
We are a resilient people. The people of Israel are resilient people, and the people of the United States of America are resilient people.
As we mentioned, the suspect is in custody. At this point, charges have not been filed. And these two young victims were both staffers at the Israeli embassy here in Washington, D.C. And one of them, Sarah Milgram, said on her professional LinkedIn page that her passion lies at the intersection of peace building and that her long-term goal was to work toward religious harmony.
Ryan Nobles, thanks. Meanwhile, condolences for the victims are pouring in from Capitol Hill, across the country, and around the world. In Israel, officials are condemning the attack and offering messages of support to the Jewish community. Israel's President Isaac Herzog said on a call with the CEO of the American Jewish Committee earlier today that, quote, "The entire people of Israel mourns this heartbreaking loss. We stand united with the families of the victims, with our diplomatic mission abroad, and with our sisters and brothers in the Jewish community across the United States." NBC News international correspondent Matt Bradley joins us now from Tel Aviv with more on this. Matt, good morning to you. So this tragedy affecting two countries, both the U.S. and Israel. Are we hearing from other Israeli leaders about this yet?
Yeah, that's right, Stephen. Well, we're hearing from a lot of Israelis, and we're hearing mostly something like despair, just the level of tragedy that we're seeing with this young couple, but also a lack of surprise. And we also heard this from Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar, especially among the political class. They had been watching these protests around the world against Israeli policy with dread. And Gideon Sa'ar actually came out and said he wasn't surprised, though he was saddened to see this horrific attack. Here's what the foreign minister said today.
My condolences go to their families and to the staff of the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C. This is the direct result of toxic, anti-Semitic incitement against Israel and Jews around the world that has been going on since the October 7th massacre. Recently, we have witnessed an unprecedented wave of terror attacks and attempts against Israeli missions around the world, with an emphasis on Europe.
So, as we've heard, a lot of Israeli politicians, particularly on the right wing, are saying that this is vindicating their position that they've had ever since the October 7th attacks, that the expanding protests against Israeli policies are little more than a cloak for rising anti-Semitism throughout the world, particularly in the West. But there's also been a lot of anger against local politicians here, who people here, especially on the right, have said have been betraying their country by criticizing the Israeli military and its policies in Gaza and the West Bank. So as we're seeing these assassinations, there's also been a lot of anger against local politicians and against diplomats from Europe who are criticizing Israeli policy as well.
Matt, we know you'll follow the latest on that. Meanwhile, also wanted to ask about the situation in Gaza. Aid trucks have started distributing food and supplies to Palestinians in the enclave this morning after they were held up at a border crossing for days, as you reported yesterday. So what more do we know about that delay, and are these supplies enough?
That's right. Stephen, we heard earlier this week that aid was finally going to be allowed into the Gaza Strip after a more than 11-week complete blockade of all aid. Warnings from aid groups and advocacy organizations were saying that the Gaza Strip was just hovering on the brink of famine. And finally, it was diplomatic pressure. And we heard this from Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister himself, said that it was only diplomatic pressure from Israel's allies like the United States that made him decide to open up the Gaza Strip for just a tiny bit of aid that he even described as just a bridge just to sustain life. So we saw only a little less than 100 trucks going into the Gaza Strip. They were held up for days because of new and tighter restrictions that the Israelis are placing on aid going into Gaza ever since they restarted these operations in the Gaza Strip, breaking that ceasefire on March 18th, and ever since they opened up again the Gaza Strip for aid after, again, this nearly 4-week-long blockade. So finally, we're seeing just a tiny bit of relief. Aid organizations are saying it's not nearly enough. And in fact, one said that this is really little more than a political smokescreen and a stunt meant to try to deflect criticism from Israel for what is looking like a humanitarian catastrophe.
A lot more to come, a lot to follow on both of those stories. Matt Bradley, thanks so much. Over at the White House, President Trump hosted another extraordinary showdown in the Oval Office yesterday. This time, he confronted South African President Cyril Ramaphosa over unfounded claims of white genocide in that country. Now, this comes as the Trump administration formally accepted that $400 million Boeing 747 from Qatar. NBC News senior White House correspondent Gabe Gutierrez joins us with the latest on this. Gabe.
Stephen, good morning. It started out as a meeting about trade, but it quickly became one of the wilder scenes inside the Oval Office so far this term, reminiscent of that clash with Ukraine's president a few months ago. President Trump also once again defending that controversial gift from Qatar that continues to draw backlash. This morning, new reaction to President Trump's plan to use a Qatari plane as Air Force One. The Pentagon saying it's officially accepting the luxury jet once it makes security upgrades, with lawmakers from both sides of the aisle raising concerns about the gift.
Yesterday, he brought home a $400 million jumbo jet from the monarch dictator of Qatar, a flying constitutional violation packed with threats of espionage and surveillance.
The president once called Qatar a funder of terror, but now has a closer relationship, visiting the country on his Middle East trip. Yesterday in the Oval Office, the president defending the move.
It's a great thing.
While his guest, South Africa's president, joked about the gift.
I'm sorry, I don't have a plane to give you. I wish you did. I take it. I would take it.
A lighter part of the meeting that had turned tense earlier when Trump confronted the world leader with a surprise video.
Excuse me, turn the lights down. Turn the lights down.
Accusing South Africa's black majority government of not doing enough to protect white minority farmers from racial persecution.
And they're white farmers, and they feel that they're going to die.
Some of the video showing a politician who's not part of the government calling for violence against white farmers.
Our government policy is completely against what he was saying.
President Cyril Ramaphosa clashing with Trump.
But you do allow them to take land. No.
The president touching on unsubstantiated claims of white genocide. Top advisor Elon Musk, who is South African and has also highlighted some of those claims online, looking on at the meeting. The South African delegation pushing back.
We have too many deaths, but it's across the board.
Making for an extraordinary Oval Office meeting.
What would it take for you to be convinced that there's no white genocide in South Africa?
Well, I can answer that for the president. It's for him. No, seriously. I'd rather have him answer. It will take President Trump listening to the voices of South Africans.
President Trump also would not commit to attending the G20 summit that's set to be held in South Africa this November. It's a gathering of some of the world's largest economies, but Trump says that without the U.S., the G20 is, quote, not very important. Stephen?
That Oval Office meeting felt a lot like the Zelensky one from February, but this time there were visual aids. Gabe Gutierrez, thanks so much. All right, now to that major win for House Republicans this morning. They passed President Trump's so-called big, beautiful spending bill after pulling an all-nighter just ahead of the Memorial Day weekend deadline. The bill passed by just a single vote. It includes $1 billion in tax cuts and big changes to Medicaid. But it's not over. The bill now heads to the Senate, and Republicans there have already raised concerns about its potential impact on the U.S. debt. NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Ali Vitale joins us now to break down what is exactly in this massive bill. Ali, so start us off with some of the top-line important numbers we need to know about.
Yeah, some of the top line numbers we need to know, and honestly, some of the Republican faces who had concerns about it, because these are the two members on the Republican side that ultimately voted no because of deficit concerns. The head of the House Freedom Caucus, Andy Harris, also voted present, which is basically just allowing the bill to move on, despite the fact that he had voiced reservations with it. And those reservations stem from, frankly, this number, the actual debt increase, which is, and there are varying estimates out there, but according to the Congressional Budget Office, $3.8 trillion in deficit spending. And that's why it was such a tough hurdle for those hardliners, those two of them, to actually get on board with the bill.
So, Ellie, the centerpiece of this is the extension of Trump's 2017 tax cuts and even some new tax breaks to go along with it. What should we know about that?
Yeah, I think the important thing here is that if you're a casual American looking at this and saying, oh, new tax cuts, that's not actually what's happening here. This is an extension of the 2017 Trump tax cuts. If they didn't extend those, rates would have gone up at the end of the year. Republicans not wanting to own that politically or economically. And so that's why this was one of the top pieces of this bill. The other thing that was quite a thorny issue for some Republican members was the SALT deduction cap, the state and local tax deduction. That's a key piece. They've now capped that up from $10,000 to $40,000. So a lot of blue state Republicans happy there. You also have no tax on tips being made good on, a promise that Trump made during the election. And then, of course, reforming IRS tax rules on U.S. hostages. That's a point of personal privilege because we've been tracking that story. If you're wrongfully detained overseas, you can sometimes be hit with major IRS penalties on the back end because you weren't paying your taxes while you were a hostage in a foreign country. And then the other thing I want to point out to you in this vein is the termination of some Biden-era clean energy credits. That's subsidies for doing climate justice work or social justice construction. A lot of those bills from the Inflation Reduction Act now being pulled back in this piece of legislation.
Ali, I know there's lots of back and forth here, especially with those hardline Republicans, and there were proposed changes to social programs to try to set off some of those raising the U.S. debt that we were going to see. So what does this bill do actually now in terms of things like health care and SNAP benefits and immigration?
This is where the policy rubber is very much going to meet the road. And this is what Democrats, frankly, have been mostly focused on, though some Republicans have voiced their concerns as well. And that's specifically around this piece on Medicaid, adding work requirements, basically adding to the red tape for people to remain eligible for these programs. The fear is that they will lose eligibility or just kind of give up on trying to access Medicaid altogether. There's also a barring of Medicaid and CHIP funding for gender-affirming care for minors, also blocking Medicaid money from what they're calling nonprofit reproductive health providers. But really, this is just Republicans defunding Planned Parenthood. And that actually costs them to the tune of $300 million. That ultimately will mean that more than 8 million Americans could be without health insurance. And frankly, if we quickly look to the food assistance programs, cutting money to SNAP, tightening work requirements there, all of that means that 3 million Americans could lose their food assistance as well.
So much of this, Ali, feels like inside baseball. So how will Americans feel these changes actually in their wallets, depending on their income?
It can feel like inside baseball, but really these are the basic ways that a lot of people access federal government programs. You're talking about Medicaid. That's millions of Americans who use that for their health care. You're talking about SNAP. That's another few million Americans that use that for food insecurity. But then you look at just basically who's actually helped in this bill, and you look at the Congressional Budget Office. We cite them a lot. They're the nonpartisan group that basically tells you what's the impact of the legislation. Top 10% of earners here are going to see their money go further over the course of the 10 years of this bill, and it's exactly the opposite for the bottom 10% of earners. That goes to the larger Democratic talking point that we hear here, that this is a bill that helps the rich at the expense of poorer Americans.
No, that is a big bill, but it's also a long bill, I think 1,000 pages. Thank you so much for helping us translate that for what it really means to us. Ali Vitali, we appreciate it.
You got it.
All right, now to our other big story this morning, the upcoming Memorial Travel Weekend. Thousands of flights are scheduled for today, and a record number of Americans are expected to travel by car. But after a week of deadly storms and more severe weather in the forecast this weekend, many Americans preparing for what could be a very tough few days. This morning, we're covering all of the angles for your holiday weekend. NBC News meteorologist Angie Lastman standing by with the forecast. AAA spokesperson Aixa Diaz here with tips on how to make sure your trip goes as smoothly as possible. And up first, NBC News correspondent Emily Ikeda is live at Newark Airport, joins us with the latest there. I'm afraid to even ask, how's it looking out there, Emily?
Hey there, Stephen. Good to be with you. Well, we're starting to see those flight delays pile up in this wet and windy weather. Over the next week, some 18 million people are expected to pass through TSA checkpoints to reach their Memorial Day destination. But with this late season nor'easter, many, whether they're going by car or plane, are worried about just how long it will take to get there. This morning, May misery in the Northeast, just as Memorial Day weekend kicks off. Heavy rain, cold, and winds up to 40 miles per hour, all fueled by a nor'easter, putting a damper on beach plans from New Jersey to Maine. Strong gusts causing ground delays in Boston and New York Wednesday. Conditions ripe for wreaking havoc for the more than 45 million Americans hitting the highways and skies.
with flights expected to peak today at nearly 54,000 nationwide. And as airports and airlines experienced trouble even before the holiday rush began.
So my flight was canceled, delayed, then delayed.
United Airlines said a Los Angeles-bound flight had to turn around Wednesday after a potential security concern was found written on a lavatory mirror. Law enforcement met the aircraft in Hawaii.
Bomb dogs had to check out every single bag that came out and every single person.
And in New Jersey,
and I flew in here on a wing and a prayer.
Travelers are wary of what's to come this weekend at Newark Liberty Airport after recent technical issues, runway construction, and staffing shortages that led federal officials this week to cut back on flights.
What were you doing ahead of the trip?
Almost every day I was checking to make sure it was going to fly out on time and that there were no issues.
As the spring storm sweeps the Northeast, in the South and Midwest, a massive cleanup effort is underway across multiple states after more than 150 tornadoes were reported in the last week.
Everything you've ever worked for your whole life is scattered all over the community now, in a matter of just minutes.
In St. Louis, the commissioner of the city's emergency management agency is now on leave after no warning siren was activated during a deadly twister because staff were apparently away from headquarters.
And this holiday weekend will be the biggest test yet for those new Real ID requirements that went into effect earlier this month. Some good news from TSA, though, reporting that about 93% of passengers have had either the license with that little star in the corner, another form of accepted identification like a passport. For those who do not have their Real ID and are trying to get through airports, they could be subjected to additional screenings. Stephen?
Ooh, hope you got the right ID when you go through those lines. It's so bad to wait through the line and then realize there's a problem. Emily Aketa, thanks so much. And as we mentioned, today marks the first official day of Memorial Day travel weekend. And AAA spokesperson Aixa Diaz joins me now with everything we need to know before we head out. Aixa, good morning to you. So there will be tens of millions of travelers this year. AAA predicting road trips will set a new record. So walk us through those big travel numbers we need and what people can expect.
Stephen, we're projecting 39.4 million people will take road trips this weekend. And starting today kicks off the Memorial Day holiday weekend, ending on Monday, the holiday itself. Overall, AAA projects 45 million. This is a new record for this holiday weekend. We have seen this post-COVID travel surge. Ever since 2022, we have kept seeing these travel numbers over the holiday periods continue to grow. And this is going to be a busy one. Road trips are easy for people. They can just pack up the car. They can leave whenever they want. And oftentimes, they're cheaper. So it helps to know that you're not going to be spending a lot of money, because keep in mind, just because you're traveling doesn't mean it has to break the bank.
That is good to know. So if we're driving, I've always heard it's better to try to leave as early in the morning as possible. So what time should people really be trying to avoid the major highways? And do you know which cities could see the worst traffic?
Well, the major metros, which are bad normally, are going to be even worse. So I live in D.C., here in D.C., Los Angeles, New York, Atlanta, Seattle. Basically, any major metro area is going to have an issue. The thing is that today and tomorrow are work days and school days for many people. So you're going to have a mix of people just driving their daily routines, plus travelers trying to hit the road. So if you can avoid those rush hour times, that's great. 6 a.m., 7 a.m., that's the time to really get out of these major metros. If you wait until lunchtime, those afternoon hours are really tough. And I know a lot of people maybe can't take off from work early, so they might be leaving either this afternoon or tomorrow afternoon. But just be mindful that when people are trying to get off work, get off school, and travel, you're going to have a lot of congestion.
And Aixa, with so many people driving, tell us about these gas prices. How are they looking this year?
Yeah, that's the good news for drivers. So we haven't seen gas prices this cheap over Memorial Day weekend since 2021. So we're paying $3.19 is the national average this morning. We're paying about 40 cents less than we were this time last year. The price of crude oil has been lower this year, and that's what's keeping pump prices down. So that's certainly good news. Although I have to tell you, AAA has done surveys before when we ask people, do gas prices motivate you to travel or deter you? And they don't. They don't really make a difference in terms of the decision to travel, but it certainly helps to know that they're a little bit lower this year.
All right. A lot to go through there. Aixa Diaz, thanks so much for breaking that down for us this morning.
Thanks.
Now let's bring in meteorologist Angie Lassman with that very important holiday weekend forecast. Angie, good morning.
Hi there, Stephen. Good morning to you. Yes, everybody wants to know, is it going to be a beach weekend? Unfortunately, in some spots, we're going to have some rainy conditions leading up to, of course, the big travel rush for Memorial Day weekend. But we'll get some brighter skies out there here as we get through the weekend. Here's what we've got going on right now, though. Developing nor'easter. You can see this big batch of moisture that's been working up the I-95 corridor, now sliding from New York into Boston, even back west towards the Great Lakes. We've got really this unsettled pattern with all of this moisture kind of hanging around and moving through this region over the next 2 days. It's the rain, wind, and snow on the table today. In those higher elevations, of course, it'll be the snow. Across the board, there will be rain and wind, and especially closer to the coast is where we'll see the more impactful weather. We'll deal with this again into tomorrow, specifically into parts of northern New England as this system slides farther to the north towards Canada. We're still unsettled, though, and we're still dealing with the rain and potentially those gusty conditions, leaving us with some minor coastal flooding. Notice the 40-mile-per-hour plus winds that we're expecting in places like Nantucket. We've got high 30s for Boston, so it's going to be gusty for sure through the day today. Now, big picture look through Memorial Day weekend. You just heard all the talk of the travel. Well, here's a couple of spots you want to watch for. Yes, the Northeast. Rain, wind, and those low clouds could cause some problems when it comes to travel. Notice Boston to Washington, D.C., likely seeing some delays, probably in Miami as well with some thunderstorms there. Then it's the middle of the country that we really focus on. Those Great Plains states are going to see some severe storms. I would specifically watch Kansas City for Saturday travel. And then as we look ahead to Sunday, same kind of region, but we're now including the Midwest. So those strong to even severe storms are on the table. And then, Stephen, Memorial Day, of course, more thunderstorms for the East. That's specifically where we could potentially see some delays. Nashville, Houston, Dallas, and Austin are all spots to watch.
Really hitting the middle of the country.
The West Coast, though, looks pretty good.
Okay, the bright side.
Yeah.
You do it every time. Incredible skill. Angie Lassman,
Thank
the
you.
optimist. We appreciate it. More to come on this hour of Morning News Now, including some eye-opening new research revealing a simple supplement that can help millions of Americans who already take it hold the key to aging in a healthy way. But first, after the break, the latest on that urgent manhunt for the 5 remaining inmates who escaped from a New Orleans jail. The 2 women who police say helped those men break out. That and much more straight ahead on Morning News Now. Back now with new details on the urgent manhunt for those 5 escaped inmates from a New Orleans jail. Authorities have arrested 2 more people they say helped some of those fugitives. It comes as new questions are being raised about why prisoners like this were kept in a low-security facility. NBC News correspondent George Solis is in New Orleans with more on this. George, good morning.
Hey, Stephen, good morning to you. As the search enters day 7, 5 of those inmates that broke out of this New Orleans jail are still on the run. That search intensifying as authorities begin to crack down on people they believed helped some of these fugitives still on the loose. The search for 5 fugitives still on after their jaw-dropping jailbreak. Officials releasing new video captured an hour after the mass escape. Security cameras recording 3 inmates walking through a New Orleans alley at 2 in the morning, still dressed in their jail uniforms. That video taken 7 hours before the public was notified about the breakout. On Wednesday, state police arrested 2 women who they say helped some of the fugitives after they escaped. Authorities allege Courtney Harris has transported 2 of the escapees to multiple locations in New Orleans and was in contact with a third. All 3 of those men remain at large. Corvante Batiste is accused of helping Corey Boyd get food while he was hiding in a home in the area. Authorities captured him on Tuesday and moved him to a maximum security prison. Both women are facing a felony count of accessory after the fact.
If you help them, you will be prosecuted.
A jail maintenance worker facing 11 charges is accused of turning off the water in this cell so the inmates could escape. But his lawyer is now telling a different story.
Mr. Williams turned off the water so he could fix the toilet in a cell that was not supposed to be in use. That is all he did.
He had no idea that an escape was about to occur.
Absolutely not.
The escapees seemed to mock authorities, writing messages like, "Too easy," just above the hole they crawled out of. Now, with 5 fugitives still on the run, investigators are looking into how potential security lapses led to this.
I can't imagine only one individual assisted from a civilian capacity to make good this jailbreak. There was some time, there was some planning.
And it's worth noting that the district attorney and the attorney general both toured the prison here yesterday and said they need some major changes here, some major reforms. To that end, Governor Jeff Landry here also issuing an executive order calling for some changes already happening behind the scenes, including moving state inmates here to other state-run correctional facilities. Stephen?
A lot going on, and the search continues. All right, George Solis, thank you. Turning now to global news. In Pakistan, a suicide car bomber struck a school bus, killing at least 5 people and wounding dozens more, many of them children. NBC News reporter Matt Bodner joins us with that and more international headlines. Matt, good morning.
Stephen, good morning. At least 5 people, including 3 girls, are dead, and at least 53 others, again, mostly children, were injured after a car bomb detonated in southwestern Pakistan yesterday. This is the latest attack to hit Balochistan province, home to a long-running insurgency waged by a variety of different separatist groups. Pakistani officials have suggested an Indian-backed militant group was responsible. India has not commented. Moving along now to North Korea. Kim Jong-un is furious following a serious mishap at a shipyard that saw his newest destroyer tumble off the dry dock and capsize while he was watching this attempted launch. This caused serious damage to the ship's hull, which reportedly partially buckled under its own weight as it rolled off the dock. The vessel has an estimated 5,000-ton displacement, and it's a fairly modern design. Kim has called the incident a, quote, criminal act, one that, quote, severely damaged the dignity and pride of our nation in an instant. He's now vowing punishment for those responsible. This actually is the second destroyer of a new class of ships, and there's some speculation that Russia has helped design them. It is unclear, however, if these new vessels are yet capable of independent propulsion. And we'll wrap up this hour in Switzerland. Swiss authorities have begun evacuating livestock from a village threatened by a possible alpine landslide. Most of the animals are being transported over land, but one injured cow got a VIP airlift from a helicopter. The cow's name is Lonnie, and it's not clear she had a good time. She is now safe. In total, about 190 sheep, 26 cows, and 20 rabbits have been evacuated. It is not clear when anyone, be they human or animal, will get to return home. Stephen.
Wow, that is some video of that cow. So glad she's okay, Matt. Did not see that one coming. Appreciate your reporting this morning. Well, coming up, could the secret of healthy aging lie in vitamin D? When Morning News Now returns, we'll shine a light on some promising new research showing the widely available supplement taken by millions of Americans already might just add years to your life. The Doctor is in, coming up next. Welcome back. Millions of Americans take vitamin D supplements, and now a promising study suggests getting the right amount of the nutrient could slow the aging process, potentially even adding years to your life. For more on this, let's bring in NBC News medical contributor Dr. Natalie Azar. Good morning, Dr. Azar. I love hearing this because I take vitamin D supplements. It's a fairly cheap supplement. So explain to us what vitamin D is and where do we get it naturally? Is that the one we get from sunlight?
It is the one that we get from sunlight. So this was really interesting. This is not anti-aging in terms of aesthetics, but this study was looking at anti-aging from the perspective of biology. What these researchers did, they actually built on prior research which shows that vitamin D supplementation could reduce the risk of advanced cancer, reduce the risk of certain autoimmune diseases, and they wanted to try to figure out why. So what they did was they looked at something called your telomeres. Have you ever heard this? Do you remember this from biology?
Heard of them, but I don't know.
So these are genetic sequences that are at the very, very tips of the chromosomes. They keep the chromosomes stable. It's normal over one's lifetime to have shortening of these telomeres, but it is kind of like a surrogate of biological aging. They found in their study that people who got vitamin D supplementation had a slower shortening of their telomeres. Basically, their telomeres stayed longer, which is kind of like their explanation biologically of why vitamin D could potentially lead to this anti-aging effect to the tune of shaving off 3 years of your biological age.
Wow, 3 years.
Isn't that cool?
Wow, yeah, I thought it was going to be something much more minuscule.
Exactly.
So as far as the benefits of this, does this say how much we should be getting?
Right. So the recommended daily amount of vitamin D for people between the ages of 1 and 70 is something called 600 international units. From 70 and up, it's 800 international units. And you asked about sources. So obviously sun is the most natural source, the most abundant source, but people are, appropriately wary of too much sun exposure because of aging and skin cancer. Supplements obviously can be taken. Food sources gets a little bit trickier because it's not overabundant in a lot of our foods, but many foods have it. So for example, fatty fish, fortified milk and orange juice, fortified cereals, certain things like mushrooms, egg yolks, cheese, yogurt. If you dig, you can find food sources of vitamin D.
Eat some cheese. Yeah, I like the sound of that one.
I know, right?
So I guess the question about, can there be too much of a good thing? Can you overdose? Can you take too much vitamin D?
The answer is yes. Really for most things in our bodies, it's a Goldilocks amount. You don't want too little vitamin D. You don't want too much vitamin D. Too much vitamin D can lead to things like kidney stones, elevated calcium levels, nausea, vomiting, nothing good. So if you are taking a supplement, you definitely need to be getting your levels checked periodically to make sure you're not under or overshooting.
So if you take twice as much, it's not going to add the years that it's taking off your age. You're not going to get up to 6 or 9.
Actually, there was a correlation between how much they supplemented and how long their telomeres stayed. But the study was like 4 to 5 years long, and we got 3 years of extra life. So maybe if you continue to take it, look, it's not going to be the only explanation. You're not everyone running out to be like, I'm going to take vitamin D and I'm going to live forever. But it's, there's a lot of other things that are involved in the aging process. This is one of them, but I think it's really kind of cool research and something that's simple enough to do.
Yeah, fascinating and important thing to talk to your doctor about, as always. That's what we do. Yeah. Dr. Natalie Azar, thanks so much.
You bet.
Meanwhile, in Minneapolis, it's been another busy week for the NFL owners meeting this offseason. The team's narrowly voting to keep the controversial tush-push play favored by the Philadelphia Eagles. It comes after the league gave the thumbs up to NFL players participating in the 2028 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles. Here's NBC News correspondent Kaylee Hartung with more on this.
Hey there. The tush push is one of the most controversial plays in football history. It's a twist on the quarterback's sneak, but in this play call, the quarterback is literally pushed forward through the defensive line by his teammates behind him. It's not easy to execute, and even when it's successful, it only gets you a yard, maybe 2. But Eagles fans rejoice. It's here to stay.
Another win for the reigning Super Bowl champs as this controversial football play survives for another season. A proposal to ban the tush push failing. With 22 votes, a majority of teams were in favor of pushing the play out. But with 10 teams supporting it, the ban fell short by just 2 votes. The short yardage play best executed by the Philadelphia Eagles. The team tweeting this photo moments after the announcement with the message, "Push on." Retired Eagles star Jason Kelce lobbying NFL team owners in Minneapolis Wednesday to protect the play.
Jason Kelce actually showed some plays on video and said, this is how this is trained. This is how this play works. This is why it's not dangerous.
Kelce on his New Heights podcast discussing the formation he helped make famous.
I'll come out of retirement today if you tell me all I got to do is run 80 tush pushes to play in the NFL.
It's our turn.
NFL owners also giving the green light for active players to participate in the Summer Olympics as flag football makes its debut in 2028.
Representing the USA at the Olympics is one of the biggest honors you can have.
I played flag before, so I'm really excited about 2028 Olympics.
While some of the biggest stars in the league are expressing enthusiasm, only one player per NFL team can make a country's Olympic roster.
But just think about the chances of, playing in the Olympics and, getting a gold medal is a dream.
The league saying pros in the Olympics is a chance for increasing fan and public interest in flag football, expanding the global reach of the NFL.
We think it's a great opportunity to continue to get people playing football, men and women.
So back on the tush push, because the vote was so close, the league could always revisit the debate in the future. That sort of thing happens every offseason. Now, for as much as this single play has become a hot topic, get this, ESPN research found the tush push only appeared in about 0.28% of total plays last year, less than 0.5%. But the Eagles ran it more than anyone, and the Buffalo Bills about half as often. It's all about that offensive line. Back to you.
I learned so much about the tush push. Kaylee, thank you. Coming up, price check. All that tariff turmoil might be weighing on many Americans' minds and wallets lately. But after the break, we're taking a look at some big name companies actually trying to keep their prices steady. Stick around. Morning News Now. We'll be right back. We're back now with some potentially encouraging news for your wallet this morning. While President Trump's tariffs continue to threaten how much we pay for everyday goods, there are now several companies who are announcing they're going to hold steady on pricing, at least for now. NBC News senior business correspondent Christine Romans joins us with more on this. A lot of people interested in this one, Christine.
Yeah, good morning. So nice to see you. Companies have been desperately trying to keep up with the president's shifting trade policies, and many warning that consumers could see higher prices. Walmart last week warned shoppers that higher prices are coming on some items as soon as this month. But some other stores, they're now vowing to hold prices steady as long as they possibly can in a move that could help business and consumers. On the cusp of one of the biggest sale weekends of the year, shoppers are paying attention to prices.
OMG, when did this cheese become $12?
On Wednesday, Target reported weaker sales in its first quarter, but it is not raising prices just yet. Amazon's CEO also revealing the company hasn't, quote, seen any meaningful average selling price increases. And he says consumers keep spending.
I am in Walmart and I am looking for the baby pull-ups. Why are the pull-ups $30?
Amazon and Target's announcements coming after the nation's largest retailer, Walmart, says it's been forced to raise some costs for customers as soon as this month.
We're wired to keep prices low for customers. But the level of tariffs that have been proposed is pretty challenging for all retailers, for suppliers.
And as some retailers brace for tariffs to hit, NBC News has learned that Nike will hike prices on select footwear and apparel, but nothing under $100. Nike saying in a statement, we regularly evaluate our business and make pricing adjustments as part of our seasonal planning.
Memorial Day savings start now at the Home Depot.
But just as the Memorial Day weekend sales begin, some good news from home improvement giant Home Depot vowing to keep prices steady despite rising costs from tariffs.
We don't see broad-based price increases for our customers at all going forward.
A strategy that could benefit business.
If you have the same products or very similar for lower prices, it'd be hard for a consumer to justify going somewhere else.
Coca-Cola says it's sticking to current pricing plans for the year. And Apple says it's moving production for iPhones sold in the U.S. from China to India to offset costs. Signs that companies want to stay on consumers' good side.
Companies always want to do what's best for the consumer, frankly, because at the end of the day, it also is what's best for them.
Wow, so quite a few companies trying to stick to these prices. Is this more of a PR thing for them, or have they maybe just not been hit by the tariffs?
You know, it's really a retail reckoning when you look inside the retail space. They're trying to figure out how they don't get the criticism from the White House, but at the same time, they don't want to tick off consumers. As you heard Courtney Reagan say, there are a lot of different things at play because consumers for 3 years have been exhausted by higher prices, right? So if they start raising prices here, it could hurt their sales. Another thing is also happening. In some cases, Walmart mentioned this on its call. It could be that some of them are trying to keep prices low so they can steal a little market share from their competitors. So trying to use this tariff reckoning really to try to build their own business. So just a lot of moving parts here. But I think you're still going to see those holiday-themed sales. You'll still see those sales for now.
Oh, good. I love those holiday-themed sales. All right, Christine Romans, thanks so much. All right, more money news to get to now. Walmart planning more cuts to its workforce. CNBC's Silvana Henao joins us with that and more. Good morning, Silvana.
Hey, Stephen, good morning to you. So Walmart plans to cut about 1,500 jobs as part of a restructuring plan to lower costs. Now, the Wall Street Journal and Reuters report the move will affect teams in Walmart's global tech operations, e-commerce fulfillment in stores, and its advertising business. Now, Walmart is the largest U.S. private employer with about 1.6 million workers. It's also the country's biggest importer, with about 60% of those imports coming from China. Comcast's NBC Universal has reportedly made an offer to Major League Baseball to take over the package of regular season and postseason games ESPN is dropping after this year. So the Wall Street Journal says NBC Universal is offering much less than ESPN currently pays. NBC would air games on Sunday night, the slot that ESPN has had since 1990, and games would also air on Peacock. Now, the Journal says the offer was made earlier this month, but NBC and MLB have been talking for several weeks. And Bitcoin hitting an all-time high above $110,000, briefly topping $111,000 overnight. Analysts say the surge is being fueled by institutional demand for digital assets and some recent regulatory developments. A bill to regulate stablecoins, which are pegged to currencies such as the dollar, passing a procedural vote while Texas lawmakers approved a measure to create a Bitcoin reserve, Stephen.
Stablecoin. I just learned something new about cryptocurrency each and every day, usually from you,
There's
Silvana.
a lot.
It is complicated. I'm trying to keep up. Thank you so much. Well, this morning, we're getting a thrilling new look inside one of the country's most iconic landmarks, Seattle Space Needle. A multi-year project is underway to renovate the 60-year-old observation tower, which is set to bring the visitor experience to new heights. Our NBC News correspondent Liz Croyd's got a look inside with an incredible view from way up above. She's now here to tell us all about it. Sounds really cool, Liz.
It really was, Stephen. Hey, good morning. Yeah, if you've ever been to the Space Needle, you know the views from the top are absolutely amazing. But yes, I got the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to go not just to the observation deck, but to the very, very top, literally the top of the spire. It was so cool, and it's all to showcase the brand new renovations being unveiled this week.
It's one of the most recognizable buildings in the world and a signature part of the Seattle skyline, the Space Needle.
The theme of the fair is set by the Space Needle.
At 605 feet tall, the iconic landmark was first built in 1962 for the World's Fair.
The Seattle World's Fair is underway.
The theme celebrating the age of space. And according to the Space Needle's chief operating officer, Karen Olson, it was constructed to symbolize just that.
The Space Needle was designed as a flying saucer on a stick. When they're building it, no one thought it was possible. People came down, they had picnics. It made the cover of Life magazine twice.
At the time, the Space Needle was considered an architectural feat, all built from start to finish in just 400 days.
They built it really quick. It took teams of engineers that worked tirelessly overnight to build the Space Needle in the first place. And now this renovation, history is repeating itself.
63 years later, yet again, construction crews are working overtime to complete a massive $100 million renovation of the popular tourist attraction. Major changes have already been made, including adding 176 tons of glass to the observation decks, giving visitors the feeling they're floating above the city. All part of the Space Needle's original design that never actually happened.
They envisioned floor-to-ceiling, floor-to-sky glass everywhere. But back in the day, they didn't have that much glass. They didn't have the technology. What we've done over the years is peel that away and really open up the view. And whenever there's structure that we can, we're replacing it with glass.
That includes converting the rotating restaurant into the world's first ever revolving glass floor.
This definitely isn't for someone who's scared of heights. I know, isn't this amazing?
And another big change, replacing the building's 3 elevators, making them double-decker to increase capacity and adding floor-to-ceiling glass all the way around.
Welcome to the preview.
It's a project architect Blair Payson has been working on for years.
What was so cool about going back to the original blueprints from 1962?
Well, one of the joys was finding that they had wanted to do a double stack elevator in the 60s, and they just couldn't. And so it's really only now, 60 years later, with the team we have, that we can realize that vision.
Now, after 3 years of construction, the first set to open to the public Friday. It's the only elevator like it in North America.
I think the Space Needle is all about getting people to the edge, and this experience really lets you do that. I think that people are going to come away totally thrilled. They're going to find their limit and then push past it.
To say I did that may be an understatement. After our official tour, they let us check everything out.
All right, let's have some fun.
But all this wasn't even the high point.
Here, a first for everything.
Up we went.
Stunning. Oh my gosh.
And there was even more.
Should we do it? I've never done anything like this, but I'm all in. Let's do it.
All right.
Any last minute tips?
Be calm, have fun, enjoy. Not a lot of people get to do this.
What am I doing? Oh my gosh. This is the most insane experience I've ever had. Literally the top of the Space Needle. I can see the most stunning views all around Seattle. I'm just gonna take it in.
Seattle from a whole new perspective.
Woohoo! That was so cool. Yeah, so that was definitely one of the scariest, but also most thrilling things I have ever done. If you're wondering, unfortunately, going all the way up to the spire is not open to the public, but all the other fun things we just showed you are. So if you're in the Pacific Northwest, Stephen, you got to come check out the Space Needle. The views are absolutely incredible.
I am stunned by watching that. Liz, that is incredibly brave. At one point you said, what am I doing? And that's funny because I was thinking the same thing. What are you doing? That is wild.
I waited to tell my mom that I was doing that till after I got back on ground. I think I would have freaked her out.
Yes,
So, yes.
Very good call. Very cool. Thanks so much for bringing that to us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Stephen.
Well, coming up, the search for one of the world's most mysterious lake dwellers is getting a bit of a boost from 2025 technology. After the break, we'll take you to Scotland, where the hunt for Nessie, deep below the surface of Loch Ness, is still making waves. That's next. Stay with us. Back now with an NBC News exclusive on one of the world's most captivating mysteries, the Loch Ness Monster. After years of searching, the hunt for Nessie is getting some modern-day help. NBC News international correspondent Raf Sanchez has the details from Loch Ness, Scotland.
Beneath the dark waters of Scotland's Loch Ness, a centuries-old mystery grows ever deeper. What are those unexplained shapes which surface for just a moment before disappearing? Once documented in grainy photos, today the water is constantly monitored. And already this year, several sightings of what some claim might be the Loch Ness Monster. We came to the loch at the start of what is affectionately known as Nessie hunting season.
So this is the first time you're doing this?
It is indeed, yes.
Let's go find a monster.
And got an exclusive first look at the new tools being used to step up the hunt for the legendary creature.
Oh, it really is very compact.
It is very compact, yes.
These lightweight drones being tested for the first time.
1, 2, 3.
There she goes.
Designed to withstand pressure at depth and equipped with powerful lights, researchers hope they'll provide the first ever underwater images of the Loch Ness Monster. This weekend, visitors from around the world will take part in the annual quest for clues.
This is another exciting weekend for us. It's a celebration of Nessie, bringing all those who are curious.
All hoping for a glimpse of what lies beneath.
People spot it. They see little rough images of it. It's like, is it true? Is it not true? And I'm just waiting to see a whole, like a wave going by. You never know.
Skipper Ali Matheson guides trips across the loch. We set sail with him aboard the Deep Scan, fitted with powerful sonar.
If we were to come across the monster, what would we see on here?
This white area is the water, big red dot, somewhere the size of my fingernail.
There have been more than 1,100 reported sightings of Nessie, and many more never recorded.
And what do people say that they see?
Well, it varies. You know, some people see monsters with big long necks, and some people see monsters with 3 or 4 humps.
But the most common and the most intriguing, a single round hump like this.
That's really the mystery for us.
But even if there is no monster, the loch, a vast natural habitat 23 miles long and 750 feet deep, is still rich with scientific wonder.
What is it that draws so many people here?
I think overall it's the beauty of Loch Ness, and I think it's the unknown as well that brings everyone together.
An unknown that draws researchers like Alan McKenna.
Even if there's no monster out there, there's value to this research?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, if you've been in the loch yourself, it's pitch black down there. You can't see anything. It is so dark. It's almost like space, you know? It's a place to explore. And even though you can't see anything, that's the whole point. Because at any minute now, you might come across something. And that's what keeps us going, I think.
Do you believe that there's a creature under there?
I believe in possibilities, yeah.
Wow, and beautiful to look at, too. Thanks, Raf. That's going to do it for this hour of Morning News Now, but your news continues right now.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.